Greetings. It is Tonya Poole. Not in front of the camera today, just my voice. It's a snow day where I am, and so I am in full snow day mode. Well, I am getting some work done, but I am also enjoying this snow day. So um, I just wanted to talk about a reading that I did for myself yesterday, and how it connects to you. So, I have a program that is launching currently, and it's called Winter Alchemy 2022. And I do want to talk to you about that a little bit, but before I do, or before I go into too many details, I'll just say that pretty much basically Winter Alchemy 2022 is about being in sync with the season, with the energy of the season, with what is happening astrologically during this winter season, and using that energy, if you will, and being in sync with it to really get your year off to a very, very powerful start. And it's deeper than, New Year's resolutions or creating goals. It is really about putting all of the pieces of you together, right? So that you can flourish in more than one area of life. So it is basically using astrology and coaching and intuition and so much more, to really help you set the year off, in a strong, with a strong foundation and being in flow. It's not about, just a horoscope or just a reading or anything like that. It's really about using these tools for great change and transformation in your life. So before I make it available to, this first round is only available to women. So before I make it available to those who are signing up on January 24th is when it becomes available. I am putting myself through the process. And to be honest with you, it is something that I have already started to do in my life, as an astrologer, and coach and other things that I do. I always use myself as the crash test dummy, if you will, as the guinea pig, right? And and so because I've been doing this with myself, and there's been some positive outcomes with that, I wanted to make it available to other women, right? So this year, 2022, I started my own winter alchemy process. And part of that, with winter alchemy, I do like a week ahead reading on a Sunday just to see the energy of the week, know what I, need to know, do, and be aware of, and put things in order and to move in divine flow. So I already, did that for myself yesterday because, as I stated, I've already started the program for myself, even though the program doesn't start until the 24th for everybody else. So, I won't say everything that the reading showed, or that the what the cards actually were, but one of the things that really stood out to me, or one of the messages that I felt that I wanted to share with you, is a quick story from my book, The Magic of Self-Love. It's a story from my life that just happens to be in that book as well. And this story, I think, took place, this might have been like 2006. And at the time, I was wanting to take my daughter and me to have to go to like high tea at this hotel restaurant. And you know, when you do something like that, you want to be cute, you want to be, you know, dressed up. And my daughter at the time, I think, was like 5. And so I wanted her to, you know, have on this cute little dress. And I had these hair bows that matched the dress that I wanted her to wear. And I couldn't find the matching hair bows. And at that age of her life, age 5, as you can imagine, is the baby doll era. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, she had all kinds of dolls that you know, like most little girls, you wanted to put bows in her doll's head, and that oftentimes meant that I couldn't find the hair bows when it was time to do her hair. And so on this particular day, there have been so many other things going on in my life that were challenging and disappointing, and where I was making headway in some areas and other areas were just not, I wasn't happy in, right? And so on this day, I just wanted to have this nice experience with my 5-year-old and for us to be dressed up and dolled up. And the one thing that was blocking it was the hair bows. I think in my book, The Magic of Self-Love, I think I call it The Story of the Hair Bows or something like that. So needless to say, you know, I was very upset and really, really upset. I was really, really upset. I was like irate almost. And my little 5-year-old was just looking at me like, why is mommy this mad over hair bows? You know? But it was deeper than the hair bows. You know, it was a moment when I just needed something to go right. You know, I needed peace, you know, over all areas of my life, not just here and there sometimes, you know. And it just exploded in the moment with those hair bows. And so as I was looking at the reading that came forth for me for this week of Winter Alchemy, it kind of reminded me of that moment, but not in a bad way. It was more like, you know, not like going back to that kind of moment, but it was more like a feeling that what I had desired in that moment, it was like a reminder that what I had desired in that moment in 2006 is still my desire now, you know, even though you know, my circumstances in life are different. I mean, I'm definitely in a happier place and all of that, but it was like a reminder of making sure that how my time, how my energy, you know, how all of my resources, you know, are used in my life that keep me in a place of joy, of peace, pleasure, happiness, right? And that really, you know, that was really beautiful to me, because as time goes on in life, it's so easy to just feel like you have to, you're just going with the flow. You're just doing what you should be doing to get by. You're just, you know, taking one day at a time. And there's this sense of delayed gratification or delayed happiness or delayed peace. And while I understand that, you know, there are times when, you know, there might be more challenges than others, I do believe that far too many of us put true joy and peace on some later wish date. You know, we say, you know, well, when our children grow up, we'll finally, you know, feel some sort of fulfillment, or when we achieve this or that, then we'll finally feel some sort of achievement of fulfillment, you know, or when we make a certain amount of money. And what happens is we can use and waste a lot of time and energy pouring into things and people and even behaviors that don't create that peace and that joy that we say that we're working for in life anyway, right? So when I, continue to look at the cards that came up for me, I was like, I want to record this audio because I want to encourage anyone who is listening. But, obviously, since I'm actually, this recording is for everybody, but, Winter Alchemy is for women. But anyone who is trying to find peace or trying to find happiness or trying to find joy or trying to find, where pleasure in life is for you. It is in not feeling like you have to figure everything out for yourself, not feeling like if it's, what is the saying? If it shall be, it's up to me. It's up to you to make the choices and the decisions that will open the door to what you hope for most in your life. But it's not up to you alone to bring it about. In my case that day, trying to get tea and looking for those hair bows, I had almost blocked my entire blessing that day. We ended up making it. I ended up, pulling it together and get myself together. And we ended up having a really good time, mother and daughter. But, I was in the way for a moment of my own happiness. I was like, I have to find these hair bows or I have to make this work. I have to figure this out. And there's some things that we cannot figure out on our own. The only thing that we are required to do is to decide which path we'll take, to decide to take the path of, I'm going to figure it out all on my own, or the path of peace. Always looking for where is your peace of mind? Where is your joy? Where is your contentment? That is the way to go. That is what is lighting up your path to tell you which direction to go in, right? So my own Winter Alchemy Oracle reading this week reminded me of that, though I'm not in that place of 2006, but I am, I still need to be mindful to allow spirit to flow, for me to decide to allow spirit to flow rather than to decide to try to do it all myself or try to figure out everything myself, right? And so it made me think about this year. It made me think about 2022. And for those of you who study numerology or know anything about it, you know that this is what a lot of people are saying is a number 6 year, because 2022, 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. And a lot of times when we hear about 6 in numerology, it deals with being responsible, dutiful, responsibility, accountability, structure, all of those things that support and sustain a happy life, but in and of themselves can kind of seem like work, kind of seem like work and responsibility. But the beautiful thing about the number 6, it oftentimes makes me think about the heart chakra, the heart, whatever is in your heart is what you want to be responsible toward and dutiful toward and, create healthy boundaries around, because, that's where your heart is. That's what, that's where harmony and balance is, right? So in numerology, half of 6 is 3. But if you added another 3 to that 6, it will be 9. So you got the 3, the 6, and the 9. And the 3 to me kind of is about the budding of fun and creativity, or that first burst of excitement. And the 9 is like a kind of like a wrapping up and reflecting on all of the lessons learned so far, all of the fun you've had, all of the lessons that you learned. Number 9 is the last number before 10, which circles you back to 1, starts you, a fresh start. But 6 is right in between that 3 and that 9. And 6 is about maintenance of that joy and that creativity, and also giving yourself time to reflect on, how to maintain it, how to bring structure to it, how to pour your love and your harmoniousness, if you will, into it. It's not about just creation, and it's not about just wrapping things up. It's about enjoying the ride, right? Enjoying the ride of life. That is what this year is about. It's about enjoying this ride called life. Putting things in place that help you to have peace, help you to have joy, help you to walk with clarity. That is what this year is really all about. And so Winter Alchemy 2022 is the thing that I'm using, the tool that I'm using, or the program that I'm using to address that, is for women who, perhaps have been satisfied in one or two areas of her life, but, could still feel that there's more fulfillment or there's more satisfaction, out there to be had. Is for you, if you are, someone who is transforming from, let's just say, making a decent amount of money, but still feeling stressed and overwhelmed. And it's like, well, what am I working for? It's about moving in divine timing, using divine time and energy week by week by week to really live in flow instead of ego, right? Instead of your way or the highway, or forcing things to happen. Because when we force things, when we try to force things, we move out of time, right? And this winter season, and this is the reason why in the winter time, especially in January, it's all of those New Year's resolutions, because it's about, what am I going to do with my time? How am I going to allocate my time? But a lot of times people are not using actual time tools such as astrology to help with that divine flow. So Winter Alchemy 2022 is about using divine time to bring everything into divine alignment into your life. I use some of my regular coaching strategies that I use with, my life coaching clients or my business coaching clients. And I combine it for the first time with real intention, with those spiritual and intuitive insights that I typically only use for those who are seeking a more spiritual approach to the changes that they would like to see in their life. So Winter Alchemy 2022 includes 4, and it will probably actually have about 2 more bonus coaching classes. I'm calling them classes, but they're, it's like a coaching session on what to do in each segment of this winter season, about how to use your time and your energy and your money to create more joy and pleasure and peace in every area of your life. It also includes weekly oracle readings, like, I've kind of shared with you all here. And from there, it also includes like how to practically apply the wisdom that came out in that weekly oracle session that week. So what to do that week, what to look out for that week, what possible challenges or obstacles could occur that week. And the beautiful thing about it, because it is an 8-week program, we're going to go through the whole winter season. it's not like you have to be there, it is self-paced, but it is designed for you to complete within 8 weeks. This kind of work here is what New Year's resolutions are made of, because you'll get to the heart of what matters to you most, and then actually work in flow with the energy of the season to push those things forward. So winter alchemy is a setup for a blessed year, for a prosperous year, for a more joyous year, for, you know, whatever it is that you are desiring to have and enjoy more of in your life, so that life doesn't feel like it's running you, you're living it, right? Winter Alchemy is currently open for a select number of women, and it is 50% off of what Spring Alchemy will be by the end of March. And I'm doing that because even though I've done this kind of work for myself before, it will be my first time taking a group of women through that process. And I just want your feedback on how the coaching videos that I will release, the audios that I'm releasing, and then the weekly oracle readings, how they work for you and push you forward and really help to set you up for the kind of opportunities and blessings that you want this year. And so, yes, it is half off because I want your feedback when it's done. So if this is something that you are interested in, registration closes on January 24th. And that is when the first coaching video or audio will be released. It is actually recorded in time because, again, this is about being in divine time. So, you know, it will be released as things are occurring, in this winter season that we need to be aligned to. So very similar to, for those of you who purchased the full Mercury retrograde video, it's very similar to that, where I will assess what is going on and then release the coaching message on how to work with and work in flow with that energy. So the first coaching will be released on January 24th, and that is also when registration closes. And then every week will be released an oracle message. So I really hope that you join me for this process. I'm finding that so many people, for some reason, not for some reason, but so often people will try to find the easy way, but the easiest way is a clear path, right? Is a clear path. And if you have been scrambling for some time, trying to find your own clear path, trying to live in your purpose, trying to not just feel busy and active, but still broken, depleted spiritually or financially or emotionally, but to really feel like you're doing the right things for your life and living strongly in your purpose while experiencing the joy and contentment and the peace that is the reason why we do what we do anyway, right? Then I highly encourage you to join Winter Alchemy. And again, it is several coaching audios and videos that are released throughout the winter season, and weekly oracle messages and how to apply the wisdom, as well as assignments to help you to see your core values, and so that you're applying your time and your energy and your money to what really matters in your life, so that you can live a life that really matters to you, right? So, yes, yes. Don't look for the easy way, you know. Um, Look for the way with the most clarity and the most peace, and that way becomes the easy way. Ashe? All right. So click the link that is attached to this video if you are watching this or listening to this on or before January 24th to sign up for Winter Alchemy 2022, or just to learn more about it so that you can sign up before January 24th. And until we speak again, as always, I'm wishing you so much peace and love.